What's up, everyone? I'm one-fourth of your host of the NFL edition, alongside Ben Cornett. We currently do not have Alex here tonight due to a camping trip, and Johnny's out tonight. So this will be me and him co-hosting tonight for episode 55.
What's going on, man?
Not much, Ben. How are you doing?
Good, man. How you doing?
Another week.
Another week? Yes, sir. A few more weeks, and we're getting close to training camp.
And I will be there. Hopefully.
Okay. Hopefully. Well, why don't we start off with that? With the training camps, they just announced it the other day that there'll be all 32 teams with their schedule with their training camps. Start with the Bucs. The rookies report July 23rd, and the vets report July 26th. Also, I'm here in Las Vegas. The rookies will report July 18th, and the veterans will report July 20th. Now, the Super Bowl champions, the LA Rams, the rookies will report, both rookies and veterans will report the same day on July 23rd. Those are the most notable ones.
That sounds about right. I'm just hoping that this training camp, Jalen Darden starts to step up in that more receiver role instead of that punt return. By the way, guys, if you guys didn't hear the news, we got rid of we released Bradley Pinion, which is more of a cap space move with their draft pick they got this year. And Gronkowski has initially announced his retirement, but agent says hold off. He might come back mid-season, but I'm not holding my breath on that one. I don't know if you have your thoughts on that one.
Well, I'll admit it was a bit of a surprise because I thought, Gronk being Gronk, he likes to play with the media and play with Tom in a verbal way. They all they're best friends. It surprised me, but when you really think about it, the injuries he's had the last couple of years, this isn't the first time he retired. He retired a couple of years ago because he was going through being all banged up. And I think last year, the rib injury against the Rams kind of really hurt him. It kind of affected him for the rest of the season. So, going through that, and I think he just wants to take a break. Eventually, I think he comes back. I don't know if it'll be this year, but I could see him come back, sooner rather than later. And it just depends on his mindset. He's made enough money. He's got avenues where he can make money. So the financial part's not a concern for him. It's just going through the wear and tear of a season, especially with his position, being a tight end, the guy gets banged up, gets hit a lot, so I think a lot of that, was taken into account before he made that decision. So again, I thank Rob as a Bucs fan, as Bucs fans, I certainly thank him for the 2 years he, helped us win a Super Bowl and, just the success we've had here since 2020. So that's my take on it.
Okay, comments in here. Got Mr. Sean Spencer. What's up, Sean?
Hey, Sean, how you doing, bud?
Yeah, I agree with that. Like, you can't really. He's putting the health over the game, even though he's already won 4 Super Bowls. He already got his stats up there in the record books. I see it more of like me as like a Bucs fan. I'm just thinking like maybe like playoff time they bring him in for a couple games like they did with Eric Weddle.
Mm-hmm.
But
I could
it
see
all depends
that.
on like where the team is heading, like health wise.
Well, and let's keep in mind too, we did draft 2 tight ends. We
And
drafted
Kate
sort of
Otten,
clone kind of in Kate Otten. And
he has high praise from NFL experts.
Yeah. So again, it's one of those. It's a position where you're going to get hit a lot, and Gronkowski, he's taken a lot of beating over the years. So, I think this is more of a break. Perhaps we'll see. Like I said, it just depends on where Rob's head is. Does he want to come back? Does he, eventually? We'll see what happens. It's certainly be interesting. Will it happen with the Bucs? Will it happen with any other playoff team? We'll see.
We got Mr. Christopher Cole. Gronk is beat up bad.
Yeah. Yep. Hey, Chris, how you doing, bud? Thanks for tuning in.
We got Mr. Fred Swayze went from 20-0 to 19-1.
Come on, Fred, be positive. 20-0, baby. 20-0. Be positive. We can still do this. Oh, my kid, 19. That sounds more weird.
By the way,
go ahead.
I don't want to say it's off topic, but I saw the logo on his profile picture. It is tough. I'm still reaping the effects from last night. It's coulda, shoulda, woulda.
It is what it is, man.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
See, I knew Fred was. Come on, Fred's the most positive Bucs fan ever, and we appreciate that. By the way, nothing wrong with having a prediction. So good job.
I think I have some more news that I pulled up. We got apparently Miami Dolphins wide receiver Tyreek Hill has received death threats on his comments about Patrick Mahomes, which is them taking it way too far. Is this him trying to gaslight the whole idea of him being traded, even though he wanted to get traded in the first place?
Look, Alec, let me tell you something. Right? I've said this many times. I've been on record. There's always going to be an idiot or two in every fan base, that take it too seriously, or they like to troll just to troll. It's ridiculous. Shit like that. It gets way out of hand sometimes, and I don't know, man. Especially in the social media world we have today, it's just so easy to pick one of these up and tweet and
Twitter fingers.
Twitter fingers, yeah, exactly. So yeah, it's unfortunate, but that's the world we live in. So currently.
And also, Roger Goodell says he has no authority to remove Daniel Snyder as owner of Washington Commanders. And according to reports, they're going to send a subpoena for Dan Snyder to appear in the courthouse for that. I mean, technically, Roger Goodell isn't lying on that one because that's more of like a above him kind of thing.
Yeah,
I guess that's how I feel about it. It's like he can only do so much.
Right, exactly, and it's a tough spot for him, but at the same time, there are a certain set of rules he can enforce, and a certain set of rules he can't enforce as a commissioner, especially when you're dealing with, with a situation like this that's, going beyond the NFL. It's in the Supreme Court, so he can only do so much, and he has to wait for a decision to come down by the Supreme Court, depending on what they will, ultimately decide. So
I'm not really holding my breath on that one. It's probably gonna be one
it's going to take years, dude, to get this all figured out. Our good friend Sean Spencer, who's a Commanders fan, has a lot of insight on that. So check him out and on his shows and stuff. He'll give you more of the inside stuff. But it's just, again, speaking of Goodell, he wasn't questioned in the financial impropriety. Hope I said that word right. Impropriety by the Commanders, the financial impropriety by the Commanders. They didn't ask him that. So that was during the U.S. House Committee Oversight and Reform session the other day. So again, this is one of those cases where it's going to take a while, but ultimately we'll see. It's just really a cluttered mess. You got the Gruden email, that stuff.
You got the what's it called? I think it's the. Speaking of cases that are resolved fast, I think I talked to you about this during the week. What is your opinion on the Deshaun Watson selling 20 of the 24 lawsuits?
Well, that's all he could. Yeah, it's all he could settle.
The background. Hello. Oh.
Very insightful so far.
Oh.
What's your opinion? No, I mean the guy who's like.
I'm trying to see. I think this is.
Bucko Bruce.
Well, in my opinion, I feel like it's just one of those things where he's just like, might as well just throw it out there and just sell it now because he's supposed to play football now.
Keep in mind that only 20 of the 24 have been settled. There's 4 that are not going to be settled. They're going to take this to the courts. The lady, her name's Ashley Solis, one of the people that are, going after Watson. So their lawyer, Tony Busby, said that there's 4 women that are gonna keep this fight going. So it's not over yet for Mr. Watson. So in the NFL, it's got to wait. It's got to wait.
Yeah.
And I was going to mention real quick that the NFL and the NFLPA, they had their talks about the Watson suspension, how long the length of it's going to be. Those settlement talks that fell apart earlier today. So there's a lot of stuff going on with that. And I think it's just mainly they're waiting on these 4 that didn't settle. So there's just a lot going into it, but they're going to have to come up with something soon to see what happens, how long they're going to suspend him. I still think he'll get probably a year suspension. That's my opinion.
On the Deshaun Watson?
Yeah.
See, my opinion, I feel like it's one of those, he's just trying to speed up the process. I'm guessing the last 4 are the ones that when we previously heard about the cases, there weren't really proven facts behind it. If that makes any sense.
Well, they're going to keep going with it. They're not going to. I'm sure there was settlements for them.
Yeah.
But the 4 declined it. They weren't going to take a settlement, so they're going to try and keep this thing going and possibly take this to court. So that's one of the sticking points right now, as far as, in my opinion, I think where the league and the NFLPA are, the talks that fell apart. They're trying to figure out kind of a wait and see thing. The NFLPA wants a certain amount of games suspended, while the NFL wants a certain amount for, in their mind, what Watson deserves. So,
see, in my opinion, it's for the suspension wise, because he's going to get suspended. It's no ifs, ands, or buts about that one. I say minimum 8 games, maximum 10 a year. I mean, as of right now, though, I think it could possibly be a year. But the Browns already said who they already have at quarterback 1 going into the season. If Watson isn't there, hence why they have that his first year, his contract so low of a payout.
Yeah, there's only really 2 years guaranteed.
Yeah.
For Watson, even though every dollar is guaranteed in the contract, it's technically they can get an out after 2022 and 2023.
Mr. Handy.
What's good, Jim? Mr. Handy? How you doing, man? Thanks for coming on.
Mr. Fingers.
Me and Alec are winging it tonight. We're going to do our best to navigate these waters, so stick with us. So I mean, it's always better to have, like Mr. Dean right there, indefinite suspension. I guess he's serving one tonight since he's not on it. I'm kidding, Johnny. Yeah. So, like I said, it's always good to have Johnny and Alex with us. Really helps us out. But we'll get it together. Johnny says indefinite suspension. It's possible. Anything's possible with this whole Watson thing. Again, those 4 cases that weren't settled, it's kind of holding things up right now. So this may take longer than expected. I still think they'll have a decision right before training camp. I don't think they're going to let this go, all the way to the start of the season. Yeah, because the NFL really wants to they want to get this over with. So, and so does the NFLPA.
And so it's more so like they want the Browns to know for a fact, because heading into training camp, you got to know for a fact who that quarterback is going to be so you can run with that instead of like being like all over the place saying, is he going to be our starter? When's he going to start playing? It's just you got to have at least an insight or a more clear idea of what path you got to take.
Well, yeah, because the Browns, they're the ones that want to know the most. They're like freaking right now. Like, I mean,
it's just really winning. Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, I mean, he's not. It's a mess, dude. I don't know. I don't see them. I don't see Baker coming back, but at the same time, the Browns, they may try and make amends. Like, look, hey, we need you, but I don't know. It's just a tough situation right now. And look, the Browns put themselves in this mess, in my opinion. You don't give a guy $230-something million guaranteed.
Are you surprised though? It's the Browns.
No, I'm not. I'm not shocked. I mean, my God. I mean, how many quarterbacks have they had since 1999 when they came back into the league? Over 30.
I think they have a fan that goes to the game that has all the names on the back of a jersey.
And they've had, 2 playoff appearances in that stretch? I mean, no wonder that organization's dysfunctional. I mean,
they'll have a clear set path.
Yeah, desperate teams do desperate things. So, Johnny right there says Watson's suspension is going to start at a year. That's his opinion. It could very well. I wouldn't be surprised one bit.
Yeah, I was saying, like, as of right now, I think it's only going to be the 10 games, but seeing how serious it's been getting lately, it could go a year.
It could. I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh, I'm just going to ignore this comment. I don't remember last night at all. I'm just going to ignore that one.
Yeah.
I'm fighting a food coma. Wife hooked up a bomb dinner for my birthday. Well, happy birthday, Mr. Fingers.
Anthony, happy birthday, buddy. Yeah, that's good, man. I'm glad you're getting a good meal out of it. Nice. Yeah. So,
and then you got Johnny. Oh, Johnny says they know Jacoby Brissett is going to be the quarterback.
Hey, that's not a bad backup. It really isn't. So, that's
you
why
you gotta go with what you got.
Yeah. No, he's not that bad. I mean, he played for Houston, right? Or no, wait, not Houston.
Indianapolis.
That was Taylor. Indianapolis, yeah. So he did pretty good there. And, it's not a bad backup plan. He can be that bridge until Watson gets back. And that's the thing. And it's good. That was one good thing the Browns did, was sign a quality backup. So we'll see what this does for the team. I mean, it's a mess. It's a real mess there. And in that division they're in, it's tough, man.
What's even worse?
What's that?
there's a certain player on Cleveland that said they'll re-sign with Cleveland if a certain person was their quarterback. Now I know he's fighting his fighting that battle right now, Jadeveon Clowney, because he was like the reason why he resigned was mostly because of Deshaun Watson. He signed that 1-year deal, and now it's just a smack in the face.
Oh well.
Baker is right now the living epitome of Bruce Allen's most famous quote: "Winning off the field."
Hey, listen, he's gonna. I don't know where he's gonna go, but wherever he goes, I mean, whether it's Seattle or Carolina, wherever he gets a chance to start, he'll help a team out. He did some good things in Cleveland.
Corey Brown says, "Do Jacoby Brissett or Baker Mayfield start Browns?" It's going to be Brissett.
More than likely, yeah.
Because Baker's going to be. That's more of like a trade. If down the road they're going to have to trade him because he's not even going to want to play for them.
Well, I mean, the Browns pretty much burned bridges with him, so it's just going to be impossible to try and get him back. And you can't blame Baker. It's. Yeah, I mean, they went out and signed Watson, pretty much doing that to Baker. I mean, right in front of Baker. I mean, it's just.
And the worst part is like they said they were going to trade him, then they backed out. Then Baker Mayfield was like, "No, you clearly you're about to trade me," and they even talked to me about it. And then they just go through with it anyways.
Yeah, I mean,
it's the most Cleveland Brown thing to do.
Yeah, no, it is, and it's too bad for Baker. I mean, I don't think it's so much that Baker doesn't like the Browns. It's the way he was treated.
Yeah.
Just the way. If it were any other quarterback, I don't know if Baker would be as upset, but because it was Watson and the things he's going through, like especially if he's not going to be able to play, giving him $230 million guaranteed, right there, it kind of,
in my opinion, it's like
it hurts you. Yeah,
with
bruises your ego.
The one thing that I had never really understood about the whole situation is they based it off of Baker's season, which wasn't a terrible season, but you gotta realize he was still playing with that. I think he still had like that shoulder injury. Yeah. And the fact that he still played through all that, you gotta give the man props. And then, like, because they saw what they can do with Baker Mayfield when he's healthy, led to the playoffs.
Right.
So that's just. You can't like the fact that they did all that to a quarterback that took them to the playoffs that they haven't been in God knows how long, and then you go for a quarterback that's going to be possibly suspended. I would honestly, if I was in his shoes, I'd feel the same way. I'm not going to play for a team that just backdoors me, doesn't even tell me anything, because that's your quarterback's supposed to be the main person you go through with all the offseason plans, so they're not blindsided, because that makes them look bad in the end.
Well, yeah, I mean, but yeah, it's a bad look. For a team that's, again, it's like I said earlier, it's been a bad franchise since they've re-entered the league in '99. I mean, desperate teams will do desperate things, and that's the thing. And why do you think you see teams like the Browns and the Jaguars, Jets in the top of the draft every year? Just bad decision making. So.
Not my opinion. That's what people in the league are saying. Yeah. Wouldn't surprise me.
No, not at all. I mean, so. Well, here's one. Today, George Kittle thinks that Deebo Samuel's contract status will come within the next 3 weeks. I mean, so it looks like they're going to re-sign him.
Yeah.
And they should. I mean, he's a very good player, good receiver, running back / can do it all. So, especially if, they're going to get Trey Lance on board. So, he's going to need a huge weapon to help him out. Yeah, that's what George Kittle said.
Well, Christopher Cole says if they suspend Watson, then they need to remove Snyder.
That's tough because there's a difference. Dan Snyder's an owner of an NFL team. Deshaun Watson's a player for an NFL team.
But like you said earlier, fans will do. Some people will do the most out of nowhere. It's just gonna like that quote where there's smoke, there's fire.
Yeah,
they'll just look at that and they'll think of it as like some people will think as double standard, but it's two different areas. The league can control one, or the commissioner can control one. The other half, that's way higher up.
Well, yeah, but then that's also where your paycheck comes from.
Yeah,
one of your 32 paychecks come from Dan Snyder. So they would have to vote Snyder out. The 31 other NFL teams, which who knows? Who knows if they'll do that or not. So right now, it's just he's still there. He's still going to own the team, and we'll just have to wait and see how this whole investigation turns out. Like I said, this could take years.
Not that bad equals there's a reason why he's not a starter somewhere.
Oh no, he's not that bad, and there's a good point to that. I mean, Baker's a good quarterback. He's not a great quarterback. I don't think he's one of those guys that's going to lead you to a Super Bowl or take you very far in the playoffs, but he's good enough, where he's going to get you to a certain point. But I mean, again, when you go out and you pretty much go and sign Watson under his nose, guarantee him all this money, where, look, Watson's a good quarterback. There's no debating that. He's had success in Houston. He's won a playoff game there. And, when he's on the field, he's one of the most dynamic QBs in the league. But with this thing he's going through, I mean, it's just such a risk that, he could get in a lot of trouble. And when you sign somebody like that and you're the current QB on this team, it's not a good look. And it makes you feel like, if you're Baker, you're like, man, is this guy going to even play this year? And they signed him over me. They gave him all this money, where I've given the Browns their first playoff appearance in like over 15 years, a couple years back. I mean, what do I have to do to get a new contract? So I don't know. It's just Baker, again, not a bad quarterback. He's pretty good. Not great, but good enough, in my opinion.
Brissett also played for Dolphins, who Bucs beat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Didn't know it was 2020.
I think that was the last season before the whole AB destruction. So
yeah,
we played Miami like week 3.
Yeah, that was 2020, I believe. Like in the middle of the season. That was right before we got Brown, or maybe when we got him.
I think it was this year.
We didn't play the Dolphins this year or last year. I'll look it up too.
No, we played them October 10th this season. So remember that was the game. I think their quarterback was out, or Tua was still out. So they had Brissett be their quarterback.
Did we play? Okay. No, you're probably right. 2021. Okay, you're right. My apologies. You're right. I thought it was a year before that, but yeah, he wasn't that bad. Brissett's, like I said, he's going to be he's a good plan B, until they get this thing cleared with Deshaun Watson.
Baker Mayfield trade to Bears, good fit. Justin Fields trash.
I'd do it. Shit. I mean, but again, it's Chicago. It's the graveyard for quarterbacks, so. But at least Baker's a proven commodity, and Justin Fields, I mean, I just don't see him succeeding there. I mean, the Bears are they're going to go through a bad year this year. I'd be amazed if they won more than 5 games.
Anthony says what they did to Baker would be like if Spielberg refused to pay Brad Pitt $20 million and hired Dave Spade instead of $100 million.
Wow. Anthony, you're giving David Spade too much credit, dude.
Deshaun Watson may be off his game in NFL, never played 2 or 3 years, feel like.
Well, yeah, that's another thing. And it's kind of a good point by Corey. He hasn't played. He hasn't played in a while. So.
My phone, sorry.
Live TV, anything can happen. So, yeah, that's a good point. Corey made. He hasn't played in a couple of years, so he's got to get that rust out. I know it's easy to stay in physical shape, but to be in NFL shape, game speed, yeah, it's different, and he's got to catch up with that. So, whenever he returns, it's going to take him a minute. So, yeah.
Snyder will probably lose his team. Mr. Johnny Dean.
Maybe. I mean, these allegations are bad.
But it all depends on how long it's going to take.
And that's the thing, too. I mean, they can delay this. And, yeah. Again, also, they got to vote him out.
They'll probably like the next year's spring league meeting.
Yeah.
Which I'm not surprised they didn't do it this year, but I'm guessing since all these allegations picked up after the spring league meeting that they have every year, it's probably pushed back to next year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I could very well see that.
Mr. Corey says, if it's rumors Steelers bringing back Antonio Brown.
Yeah, rumor and innuendo. That's all it is. He's not coming back. Antonio Brown, no, he's not coming back.
Anthony says, I don't know, Johnny. It might have been easy in the NBA, but NFL ownership group is a much tighter circle of wagons.
Well, but also, Anthony, with the NBA, when they removed Donald Sterling from the Clippers, they had it on audio that he was making racial comments too. They don't have audio on Dan Snyder and proof that he actually did what he did, So it did make it easier for the NBA to remove Sterling with the audio tape of his racial comments. But yeah, and it's a good point. I mean, the NFL is a tight-knit group. It really is. I do agree with that.
There's probably a lot of other dirty laundry in the owners, and it's definitely a good old boy club.
No, he's not wrong. I mean, I believe the same thing. I think there's some NFL
a lot of hidden stuff.
Yeah, that might be involved in stuff that. I mean, look at Robert Kraft. Shit, he did a Watson before Watson,
and got off.
So, got off. Yeah. Well, yeah.
Twice.
Twice. Yes. That's right. So, but no, come on. I'm sure if you dig deep enough, you might find something on some of these owners. So, Anthony, you hit it right on the head. Yeah. So, again, it's just with this whole Commanders thing, the Daniel Snyder, like I said, it's going to take years. It's going to take a while to get this all situated because it's with the Supreme Court, when they're doing all this stuff, it takes a while.
I mean, look at Deshaun Watson. That took 2 years. Imagine this. That's going to be at least like 2-3 years.
And there's, tons of allegations too, with the treatment of female employees, the whole email situation with Gruden and stuff like that. I mean, just, the financial part of it, it's a very complicated mess. And boy, the lawyers are going to earn their money on both sides of the courtroom. So they're definitely going to earn their money. So
It was last year he was doing good till he got hurt.
who is that, Fred?
I think that's Brissett or Tua. I'm not sure. I mean, pretty sure Fred let us know after.
We're talking about the Dolphins and Brissett. Yeah, and you guys are right. I thought it was 2020, but it was last year. Yeah, so one more time, Brissett's a good plan B for the Browns.
this comment's for you.
Rust never sleeps. Okay. Laughing LMO.
I guess John has the background comments here tonight. Anthony, the NFL only needs 20 out of the 32 votes to take the team away from him. Congress is a bitch. She's out of step, but pretty sure I'm gonna get backlash for that. Just saying that we're on live.
But that's the thing, though. 20 out of 32. There could be 19 of them that want him out. There could be that one owner that either says, I'll be the 13th or undecided.
I'm pretty sure those 12, the 12 that are missing out of that is probably the owners that have the dirty laundry. They're probably like, yeah, I'm not gonna vote on this because then down the road backlash on them and be like, well, it's gonna keep shut. See, I heard this next comment. I've heard this comparison, but like the NFL is completely different. Saying that the Trevor Bauer suspension 3 years, MLB for 324 games.
Actually it's 2 years, 324 games, Corey. Yeah, I mean he already missed a lot of last year, but the baseball, it's really different how they do their suspensions. Real quick, the whole Bauer thing, I think it's a little ridiculous. I mean, I'm not saying this as a Dodger fan, but it's just, I think it's ridiculous that, I mean, there's no proof of what he did. They threw it out, but yet they still suspended him for 2 years. And, I mean, I think that's a little too extreme. I don't see Watson getting that kind of suspension, but I mean, I think who knows? Too extreme. I don't see. Is that in the background, Alec?
Stop me.
Bucko Bruce, what's going on, dude?
I just want you guys to understand that when Roger Goodell went to the congressional hearings the other day, he had, what the hell is that in the background, dude? My phone's too close to their TV or something.
No, my phone's on the ground.
No, my TV's turned down, dude.
All right, anyhow, I'll try to get through this real quick. Go back to bed. In the congressional hearings, Roger Goodell is protecting the league from Snyder right now.
Okay.
He is. I mean, he went in there explaining all the punishments and to see what else he could do.
Yeah, that's really all it is. I mean,
and the league owners don't want him rubbing up against them right now. So if it's not going to be hard to get those 20 votes.
I mean, I agree with that. It's just the process of how long that will take.
Well, right. He has been subpoenaed now by Congress, and he'll be subpoenaed by the Supreme Court if they have to come to that. And if it comes to that, then you can bet your ass that they're just going to rule that he has to sell the team. And if he rules that they have to sell the team, then the league vote don't even matter.
Well, yeah, no, and you make some good points. It's just I think this will take longer than people want it to. because again, lawyers can delay it. They can, do whatever they can to
unless Congress says all right, get rid of the team. This goes away.
Maybe
they've done that before.
Okay, we'll see. I mean, it's very interesting.
Snyder wants to keep dragging it out.
He's gonna raise the white flag.
if Snyder wants to keep dragging it out, then he's going to lose a lot more than just a team.
Well, and Daniel Snyder is probably that type of guy that's like, you know what?
He has shown that he is. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to go down without a fight. Yeah, I'm going to, even if I lose the team, I think he's thinking, hey, I'm gonna make you suffer like as long as you can.
But you see, he's made a lot of concessions that he normally wouldn't have back in the day, just to try to make this go away, and it's not going away, and he knows it ain't going away. So
right, again, that's
eventually he's going to get to a point where, okay, they're going to take every fucking thing I got if I keep pushing.
Well, again, and also he could be just saying like, I'm just going to keep fighting. If I lose it, I lose it, but I'm not going to go down without a fight. He's going to try and do his best to, if I'm going down, I'm taking you down with me kind of mentality. So, it's
hence why you say that a lot of owners have a lot of dirty laundry. So he might throw those owners down
that don't want to go against him. Otherwise Snyder could have something on them, and he could bring that out. So, who knows? I mean, it's going to take longer than expected, I think, Johnny, in my opinion.
Well, what are you expecting? I mean, it take longer than expected. I don't understand the expected part. What is the expectancy here? I'm looking at 3 years down the road.
That's what I was agreeing with.
I'm looking probably like 4 to 5.
I mean, there's going to be some things popping up between here and there, but the overall, I think the ending of this will be around 3 years down the road. Maybe a little bit shorter, but not much.
Yeah.
Corey says the Washington Commanders, future Montreal.
No, because they got people that are wanting Snyder's team in there anyway. So he'd just sell out, or his wife would buy it.
Yeah, see, that's another thing. If his wife buys it, he could still somehow secretly be involved.
Secretly, yeah, but he wouldn't be the guy out in front, which is kind of like Dan Snyder's thing, man. It kills him.
And that's another thing. That's why it could take longer. Because what if his wife does buy the team? What if his wife has a stake in it, or he put it in paper in writing that, she has control of the team as well. And then NFL owners who want him out, really can't do nothing about it if his wife's name's on it. So there's a lot to.
You guys made this show for fucking Ray. Where's Ray at?
See,
this is Ray's topic, man.
I sent him the invite. You got to give him a call on the Ray dial.
We got politics tonight. Dan Snyder and fucking Watson. Oh, and Watson's going to get no less than a year. He's probably going to get some jail time.
Wow, really?
If he doesn't, I'm going to be surprised. Yeah, that's why the public defender's office waits on these civil cases and brings these new. After the settlements have been done with other people, they bring people in that aren't wanting to settle. You know who hasn't taken a settlement yet in this case?
That Ashley Solis.
The very first fucking victim.
Yeah, Ashley Solis. Yeah. You saw the Real Sports, right, Johnny?
Yeah.
On HBO?
I don't watch Real Sports.
Oh, okay. Well, they interviewed her a few weeks back on that show and stuff. So, yeah, she's going to keep fighting this. So, yeah, this is going to be very, very interesting to see how this turns out.
With these new cases that came out, they can be new criminal charges based.
Yeah, that could be.
And that's
right.
what the defender's office is looking at right now. And as far as the league goes, if you make a settlement, that's an admission of guilt too. You're just wanting to make things go away. So that's how the league looks at that. So he's got 20 right now admissions of guilt sitting out there.
Yeah.
And remember, it's an independent organization that's doing the
right,
supposedly doing the fucking suspensions and shit now. So
exactly.
But dude, if this is true, you understand. And with 10 cases, I was really skeptical about him fucking being innocent. With 26 cases, I'm over the line, man. He's beating that shit, dude. All right,
dude. Come on, man. The guy, you're gonna go on Instagram to look for women,
right?
26
Come
different
on, man.
and social media. I mean, dude, you're a sexual diva. I mean,
absolutely.
You got a problem.
That's Night Stalker territory right there, man.
Would you compare him like Richard Ramirez?
Richard Ramirez, yeah.
I mean, if you really want to dig into that, Johnny, you got a good point. I mean, it is considered stalking and taking advantage of women. I mean, it's not really.
Look at the years that he would be facing in criminal court with that. I mean, if he was found guilty on all those counts and didn't try to settle and shit, that's a lot of fucking years tacked on for him, man. No less.
And he'd be screwed in prison,
man. At least.
He would be screwed in prison, dude. Like,
absolutely.
You'd have to put him in separate, like in solitary confinement, because it's bad. It really is. And again, we'll see how it plays out. It's very interesting, not just from an NFL perspective, just from a perspective of life. Like the casual fan who doesn't watch the NFL, they're interested in it. So we'll see how this turns out. It's a major deal.
I tried to do the Ray dial and it wasn't answering. So
I sent Ray the thing.
Yeah. Okay. Is there anything you else want to talk about, Alec? Or
how about Gronk retiring? Didn't Gronk retire or something like that shit?
Yeah, we touched on that a little earlier.
What time did you guys go on?
I think it was about
9:50-ish.
Yeah. 9:45. Yeah. That was one of the first things we talked about.
I read read an article in Pewter Report today on Twitter that they think that they're going to look for a veteran tight end. That's kind of the opposite of what I'm thinking, man. You got a pretty deep tight end class here right now.
Yeah. I think they're talking about getting Jared Cook or some tight end they had in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, that's what they're talking about. Pewter Report. Right. I don't see it, dude. I'm sorry. I just don't see it. If your lack of depth is at defensive tackle and fucking defensive end right now because of Sue and JPP.
And people don't realize we still have Cameron Brate.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, hey, you can break your tight ends in. I'd much rather see my tight I'd rather see them go in fucking during their first season and play and get that blocking ability set up and shit.
Yeah, I mean, look at Kate Otten. I mean, he's like a clone to Gronk. That's why they drafted him. I mean, so yeah, I mean, you might as well get him ready to go. I mean, he's
Cole Keefe.
What's you, Donnie?
Really haven't seen a lot of tape on Cole Keefe. I haven't really actually bothered to look for it.
Yeah, from what I understand, he's a good blocker. That's a good start right there. Good blocking tight end, but he doesn't have great speed off the line. He does get taken down a little easier than his size would indicate. Solid hands, and that's from what I've read and seen. So a couple of YouTube highlights. So.
Well, that's basically what they're looking for is tight ends to get in there and help with the blocking scheme a lot. Are you still talking?
What's that?
Never mind. I'm on the wrong thing here.
Oh, no. I mean, but Cole Keefe, he's probably going to get added to the practice squad more than likely, So, yeah, he'll make the team, probably just on practice squad. And special teams, maybe.
Yeah.
So
I expect Kate Otten to play this year, though.
Oh, I do too. Yeah,
I expect Cameron Brate. Oh shit, Cameron Brate's the lead right now, so we'll see what he can step up. He's done really well the last 3 years, man.
Oh, absolutely. I mean,
his blocking skills aren't the best, but they've gotten better each year.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's playing for a great quarterback in Tom Brady. That always helps. Even though Winston and Brady Brate had a pretty good chemistry, but I like the Brate combination, and Tom likes Cameron Brate too. He loves how he does in the end zone and stuff. He can run those routes really good. So, that's a quarterback's best friend right there, a tight end that can run those routes perfect.
You got.
No, he'll be the lead now for Fox with the Burkhardt as the number one on the NFL on Fox since Buck and Aikman went to ESPN.
Your thoughts on the offseason?
It's like thoughts of like
the Bucs or in general, in football, NFL in general.
The what?
You said our thoughts. What are the off season? Is it just the Bucs or is it just NFL in general?
In general, this is the NFL edition.
Dude, it's a lot of news. NFL, that's why it's the best.
Exciting where you're at, ain't it?
Yes, in the Raiderland, yeah. Here's an interesting thing though. With the Bucs, no more only season ticket holders get to go to the practice
training camp. That's why I had to pull some strings on that one.
When did that start?
It started last season.
Well, no, they added those seats. That money.
Yeah.
Remember they added to where the ship used to be. They're adding seats to that stadium.
Oh, it's on the other side.
Oh, it's on the other side. Oh, okay.
Yeah, those, but it's for like for training camp. It started last year where they say only season ticket members can go to the training camp practices. And I think it's like they have like one military day, which I'm trying to go to that one also. Trying to use my magic on that one also, if I can. I ain't going in uniform. I hope they know that.
But I thought I read that they're not going to be. It's the open practices or for the season ticket holders only.
Yeah, but you can, if you have a friend that's a season ticket member, they can, because when you're a season ticket member, they have like the slots where you can like pay that, like they'll give you like the whole rundown, the whole schedule, selections on which one you want to go to, and you can give them out to somebody else, and they can go in your spot. Then they give you like as many, like if you have like season ticket, like 2 or 3 seats, or how many season ticket passes you have for that year. Mm-hmm. That's how many spots you can fill up, and they have like a whole schedule throughout the week.
I got you. Okay,
it's like a first come first serve. It's like $5 per ticket, I think.
Okay.
But I'm going to the one on the 27th, and I think I'm going to the one. I'm not sure if I'm able to make the one on August 4th. Trying to at least make it to like 2 of them at least.
Cool.
That's insane.
Yeah, it started last year because
I think I like it better here. And
it's not like we're back then where they had the train camp at Y World Sports.
Yeah. Well, the Raiders out here are going to have it's open to the public.
Yeah, so it's here like that here too with the Steelers. Just go.
Yeah, I'll try and go
here because you can go out on the hill.
Yeah,
which is right down in the practice. You go out on the hill and you set up your tent and have picnics, whatever the fuck you want to do, man, and you just stay out there all day.
Right. Yeah, and the Raiders out here when it's so hot, I think I might have a good chance to go after work one night because they'll have them at night. I don't think they're going to hold it in 110-degree weather during the day. So I don't know. We'll see. I'll have to look at the schedule, but
yeah, I'm definitely going to go to one of the. I'm trying to like my hopes is to go to 1, but I'm definitely trying to go to 2 at least. Only so I can get some like good coverage of it, of the training camp, and mostly so I can get that helmet signed.
It looks like the Bucs are really pushing for that stadium money.
To get a new stadium? Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember they're trying to get the dome, like not a dome, but like a
retractable. Has retractable.
Yeah. But it's just
Miami's fucking stadium is nice, man.
Oh yeah, the old Joe Robbie turned Hard Rock Stadium, yeah, with the canopy, kind of like the canopy contractible roof. It is pretty cool. Good upgrade.
Oh, to answer to Christopher Cole, if you have a friend, a season ticket holder, you can buy their ticket off of them for like $5, or they just give it to you for free. Either way, you can still go. You just gotta know anybody has season ticket passes for the season.
Yeah,
it's still doable. It's gotta have the sources, which I'm pretty sure someone if you go on a Bucs page, I'm pretty sure someone's gonna sell their tickets because not many people want to go to training camp, which I'm not sure why not. I would still go to them.
Yeah, it's always good to check out what the team's going to look like. That's just the experience itself is cool.
I wanted to go to the joint practice, but I won't be there that long for it.
What's that, Johnny?
That's why I like Hard Knocks.
Oh yeah, and even better during the season too.
Yeah, the in-season Hard Knocks is even better, man. I wish they'd have had the Lions on this year in season instead of the training camp, but it don't matter.
It'll be the Cardinals, right?
Anyway.
During the season. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Well, that's cool because the Bucs will probably be on there. So
yeah.
On Christmas.
You'll see the angry Kyler Murray just walking.
Oh, I'm interested in that Lions one, man. I think it's going to be awesome to see. Dan Campbell's just he's a treasure over there.
They got to just follow Dan Campbell around all day, man.
Oh man, it'll be fun just to watch, man. Just to watch Dan Campbell. Like he's like made for this show.
Yeah, he is, man. It's like you could have picked a better team to go to right there.
Yeah. I know Alex is excited over there up there in Edmonton. So
Edmonton.
Edmonton. Yep.
Good old training camp football in the offseason, eh?
Okay.
So, what else do you want to talk about, guys? Any interesting little tidbits out there? There's a lot of news. I mean,
I think let's see. I had some of them on here.
How about the fact that Arch Manning's going to Texas?
There we go. Yes.
Texas.
Tejas.
Friggin'
Hook 'em horns. Yeah, I like the move. I like that selection. It's different.
When Peyton went,
Sarkisian's a great offensive coordinator. Now he's the head coach. He's going to help Arch out. That's a good school to go to, I think.
When Peyton didn't go to Ole Miss, Archie Manning got death threats.
Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah, but so what? I mean, Peyton's he made his own path. That's great.
So Arch Manning is actually the first one who actually freely is choosing to go, because Peyton Manning was going to go to Ole Miss if Cooper hadn't got hurt. Hadn't had that thing. He was going to go to Ole Miss so he could play with Cooper as his wide receiver.
Yeah. And Arch is Cooper's son,
right?
So nephew of Peyton and Eli. So
he's the first in the family that just said, "Fuck it, I'm going wherever I want to go."
Right. No, I like that. Arch is he's going to be good. I think he's going to the right situation though too. He's got a good head coach / offensive guru in Steve Sarkisian, who's going to help him out really well. And kudos to him. It's going to be fun to watch the Longhorn games, 2023.
Right. Well, and he's going somewhere where he's absolutely going to have to he's going to be the man, but he's going to make himself he's got to make himself the man, like Peyton did at Tennessee.
Right. Yeah. And
he's not going to go in there with them handing him anything, you're just going to have to earn it now.
Yeah, and he seems like a very humble guy too, that wants to work hard and go down that route. So again, it's going to be exciting. And plus, they're going to go to the SEC too, Texas. So he's only going to play in the Big 12 for maybe a year or two,
right,
before they make that move. So yeah, it's like I said, good selection, good choice. right school for him, I think. What do you think, Alec?
I like the move in the more direction of like how you and Johnny said it, going away from it. Technically, if he plays long enough, it's still considered a SEC school down the road in 2025. But I'm ready to watch that. That if depending on the quarterback situation, because I'm not sure they're gonna, if he's in. I really don't follow Texas that in depth quarterback wise. But if he's like the quarterback that this coming up season, or that when his first year, I'm ready to see that Red River rivalry with Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Someone that I don't know if they had it for like at least like 2-3 more years.
You said the
I'm
word.
more excited to that.
Said what? Was that?
I said he said the word. Now he's going to sing the song. Oklahoma.
Yeah. Well, here's an interesting thing too.
We sing those on Friday.
The Oklahoma head coach now is Brent Venables, who was the defensive coordinator from Clemson. You think he's just licking his lips, getting ready to want to go up against Arch Manning? Like, when they get the Texans in that Red River rivalry, I mean, oh my God, dude, I'm excited. I love that Red River rivalry too, by the way. Big fan of it.
Sean says, watch out for Texas in the next couple of years.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
I got a USFL update for everybody.
Oh, okay. Okay, no, that's
Mike
for the
Riley,
Generals.
Coach of the
Good.
Year.
Yeah. Not bad. No, I like it. I'm fine with that.
It's a good thing they didn't put Kirby Wilson or somebody up there. I actually thought the Penn State guy, what's his name? The Stallions head coach was going to get it. I really did. Because, they're in Birmingham, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, but I mean, I think the Generals weren't expected to at least be right where the Stallions were. So Riley's did a good job, man. Kudos to him.
And then Sean says, on the belief that we need to see him in a college atmosphere, but I believe he has the work ethic.
Absolutely, yeah. And
yeah, that's one thing. If he comes in there half of what Peyton did, or Eli, remember Eli was number 1 draft pick. He still owns the records at Ole Miss. You know what I mean?
Right. Yep.
So he lit that place on fire.
Yeah, no, and Sean's right. Like I said, we got to see him in that atmosphere. Yes, the high school stuff's great. The YouTube highlights are great, but once he steps on that field down in Austin, it's a different story. And the game speeds up when you get to college. When you get to the NFL, it just speeds up. So it's again, yep, exactly. So yeah, Sean, good comment there. I'm excited though. I know it's a Manning. I get that, but he's a guy that can play the position, which I'm looking forward to seeing. He's not hyped up like a lot of other QBs from high school to the college. He's the real deal, I think, in my opinion. Dylan Gabriel, yeah, that's right. We got him from
that's gonna be a good rivalry.
UCF, yeah. He's a good player, man. Good QB. Yeah, so I'm glad he went to Oklahoma too. So
I'm not. He stayed with the Knights, man.
Yeah, he was great, and I love that he's going on a bigger stage now. That's going to help his draft status as well. So
absolutely.
I can't wait to see.
The Knights usually have at least 1 or 2 players in the first round anymore now. It's kind of common now. Usually they're linemen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's where the Twins went to, the defensive back Twins.
Yeah.
Forget their names right off the top of my head, but yeah.
Can we see Texas in New Year's Six Bowl this year? I could see it.
I'd give it 1 more year.
This year, not. Yeah. Next year, yeah.
Give it 1 more year. And, it's going to be interesting with Quinn Ewers, who's supposed to be the QB, I think. That's going to be interesting once Arch comes to town. We'll see how that goes.
What's Sean Spencer's comment to Johnny?
Yeah. I really would have loved to see him stay at UCF. I get why. I get why he's not, but man, that would have been nice.
Yep. Yeah, but I think he's going to do great at Oklahoma. Bigger stage.
Yeah, absolutely.
Better matchups. They run a similar offense, so yeah, it'll be fun.
All right. Has anybody talked about the Goose?
Yeah, man.
Peace.
Him and Ferguson.
Yeah, I know. Yep.
Yeah. So my thoughts and prayers go out to those two, and then the Ravens. Tough week, man. Just a tough week.
That's crazy, man. Goose was 55 years old. Okay, you can look at Goose and see that he wasn't in all that great shape, but man, 55, that's young, dude.
Very young. And you know what, Johnny? I read the other day that heart disease ran in his family. I think his father passed away in his late 40s.
Wow. So did mine.
Oh man, yeah. Goose was good on Fox on the sideline. I loved watching him.
I loved watching Goose. Anything he did, man. Like, especially those shows where they let him smoke a cigar and shit, and he's back.
Oh yeah, he had so much personality. I mean, and he was so smart.
He was basically the personality of that 2000 Ravens team.
Right. Yeah. Oh yeah, him and Ray Lewis on that defense. Oof.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, definitely. Alec, did you see him? I know you're young. You're a lot younger than we are, but do you know much about him?
I've watched. I'm pretty sure I saw on NFL Network when they won that Super Bowl.
So
I've watched all of the history about it because they showed it on NFL Network.
Okay,
that's the only reason why. That's the only way I watched it.
Goose was basically that first Haloti Ngata.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Definitely. Yeah.
Ferguson, man, he was taken way too young, dude.
Oh God, 25?
26.
26. Oh. Yeah, and Purdue basketball or former Purdue forward Caleb. Forget his last name. He died too. He's only 25. Played for the Blazers last year. Man, I don't know, man. This has just been a tough year, dude, for young athletes.
It is.
I think the same thing happened. I think it was last year before the NBA draft. They had a prospect that died before the whole draft process.
Oh, okay, I remember.
I think it was last year. Oh, Sean answered it. Caleb Swanigan.
Yep, thank you. That's what a bummer, man. Because I watched him in college at Purdue. He was a good player for him. It's just sad, man. I just hate hearing stuff like that. Now, gentlemen, I'm on a flight. Great stuff. Sean, thank you, man, for tuning in.
Thank you, Sean.
Appreciate the love, bro. Yeah. Appreciate the love, bro.
You got the wise words from Bucko Bruce.
Safe flights, my man.
You guys want to do something less depressing now?
Sure.
Go ahead.
Absolutely.
There you go. All-star offensive lineup.
Oh, I already did mine. I'll start. I'm taking David Bakatari, Tristan Wirfs, Quentin Nelson, Roger Saffold, and Kelsey. Those are my 5.
Man, you're a jerk. Took 2 of mine.
I'll take Trent Williams, Tristan Wirfs, Zach Martin. It's a tough one. This one. Lincoln Tomlinson and Jason Kelsey.
Cool.
Oh, I was struggling with Mason and Nelson. I was like, shit.
They're not same. Joe Thuney.
Uh-huh.
I can't see the names down here, man.
Well, you got Kelsey, you got Humphrey, Creed Humphrey. Yeah, okay. Yeah, there it is. I almost took Humphrey, but I took Kelsey though, the veteran.
I think I'm going to take Humphrey.
Okay.
Humphrey, Thuney. Damn, Shaq.
I struggled with that too, Shaq and Quentin Nelson, but I took Quentin just.
I got to take Shaq because you took Quentin. I'm taking Tristan Wirfs anyway. I don't give a shit if you already took him.
We all would. Duh. It's a no-brainer. Like,
howdy.
And Trent Williams, I think. Yeah, I like Trent Williams.
Yeah. No, the only reason I took Bakatari is just the experience, protecting Aaron Rodgers. You know, he's been solid throughout his career. So
except for last couple seasons, he hasn't been able to stay healthy.
Yeah, that's true. And
we kind of owned him when he did play. So,
but when he's played, when he's been healthy, he's been really good. So you can't really go wrong with any of those names. I mean, that's a good list, by the way.
Depends on who you want to put against them. If you're putting Shaq, not Shaq, Bakhtari against us, I'm putting Barrett on top of him because Barrett has owned him, man.
Okay.
Kind of like Cameron Jordan against our guys.
Oh, with Donovan, yeah.
Wasn't just Donovan, the guy before. What's his name? Christ, Barefoot. The guy before Wirfs, man.
Oh, yeah, he retired. He was with us for
years.
Dotson, DeMar Dotson.
Yeah,
Dotson.
Yeah, Dotson. And even Wirfs got owned by Cameron the first time they faced each other.
Right. Yep.
That's Cameron Jordan's a beast, though, man. So. And
Cam Jordan, isn't he doing USFL announcing for some of the games?
Some of them, like just like forgot the Seattle guy, not Wagner.
I don't know. I like Jordan though. He's very informed.
Yeah, Jordan. I was hoping that they'd have to cut him and he'd go somewhere else this year, man. I really was.
Yeah.
I think we take the Saints easy then. You know what I mean?
Right.
He's the thorn in our ass right there.
Yeah, he's really helping out Davenport too.
Yeah.
He's been kind of like what Sue was to Villa.
Yeah.
Jordan is to Davenport. So, and Davenport's just got to stay healthy. I mean, that's been his problem. He hasn't been able to stay healthy.
I don't want him to stay healthy personally. Not that I wish anything ill against anybody.
Right. It's just the rivalry. The Saints have owned us and shit. I know. It sucks. I still think we're going to split with them this year. I don't think they're going to sweep us. My opinion.
Corey, quit smoking, man.
I know.
Tomlin is the last person that wants AB on his team.
Yeah, you think he wants to go back to that shit? No.
Hell no. He aged that man 50 years.
Right. If I'm Antonio Brown, I'm milking this thing. If my name's out there, just milk it. Like,
but he's said he's not going to play football anymore.
No. What I mean is
talking about him a lot, you know?
If you talk about him more, the more it's going to help his stock, you know, getting money in other areas other than football.
He's got to miss this generation. Wait till next generation gets up there and hasn't watched him and shit. And then they can start yelling, let's bring Antonio Brown back.
Right. But what I'm talking about, Johnny, is like Antonio Brown can get income from other avenues. You know, if you mention his name. Yeah. More people mention his name, the more he's popular he's going to be. He's going to get people will pay him in other arenas. You know, it's not just NFL. But
yeah, until you're an asshole to the point where it's like Warren Sapp. You know what I mean? Warren Sapp can't get a job out there no more. He was all over the place, you know, at one time.
And, you know, Johnny, he can be a good coach in the league. I mean, the guy, you seen him in the Commanders practices? I mean, he's out there, like, working them, man. He's an asshole. But man, when he's coaching, the dude can coach. He knows his football.
I never understood why they didn't hire him as a coach here. They brought him in occasionally as a.
It's the rep. It's the rep. That's
maybe not just the rep, because he's been in these organizations. They know him. They know how he acts, and we don't really know how he acts on inside.
Right. Yeah, but I'm just saying,
he's an acquired taste, that's for sure.
He is. But as far as football knowledge, I mean, he's an encyclopedia. Yeah, you'd want somebody like that on there, coaching you, mentoring you.
I was surprised to see Pepper Johnson out there as a coach, man. I thought he would make an NFL coach too.
Oh, okay. Where's he coaching now? Is he still coaching?
With the Bandits, man.
Oh, okay. Did not know that. I'd rather bring back Colin Kaepernick instead of AB.
Yes, I agree with that. But Colin Kaepernick suffer as if anybody read my little article today, Colin Kaepernick suffers the same fate that it looks like Lamar Jackson's headed to.
Yeah, I mean,
he's with a guy who, the system works.
Yeah. GR.
The system works for teams like the Ravens and shit. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But he doesn't develop his quarterbacks. You saw what happened when Colin's body was done, and they tried to make a passer out of him. It just didn't work, man. And that's the same going to happen because they don't develop it. Greg Roman does not develop his quarterbacks or any of his offensive players, honestly.
Right. And the thing is, yes, he's been blackballed. I agree. It's just if you bring him back today, I just don't think he can work out. I just don't think he would work out. He's missed so much time.
I think he's better than some of these backup quarterbacks.
Oh, definitely. But I mean,
Nathan Peterman.
What's that?
Nathan Peterman.
Oh God. Yeah, that's sad. That's really sad.
Yeah.
He's got a job.
Look at some of the backup quarterbacks that have jobs out there.
It shouldn't.
That shouldn't. I mean, Josh Rosen got bounced around from team to team.
Right.
Oh, you mean the chosen Rosen?
The chosen. Yeah.
Mike Glennon.
Say that again. We'll get Ray Kennedy in here.
Hey, what was that quote that Josh Rosen said? We got drafted like 9. He's like, there was 8 mistakes made in front of me before me.
Yeah.
And look where that turned out.
Yeah. It's attitude. He had an attitude when he was at UCLA. There was questions about his attitude.
Even when they had I think when his draft stock was picking up steam, apparently, of him being a top, they were saying he was going to be the number 1 pick in the draft. I put 2 and 2 together. 1, he plays in the Pac-12. That's a big factor. And 2, when he played against us, most of our starters are injured. So I'll put that.
UCLA and USC used to be quarterback U's, man, because they produced a lot of quarterbacks.
Yeah, well,
Matt Leinart.
in that year of Pac-12, it wasn't really.
Yeah,
Pac-12 has been up and then went down.
Well, every division does that, man. I mean,
yeah, but I feel like the only true threat this year in the Pac-12 is USC.
Do you now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Lincoln Riley's gonna make a difference, but I mean, I still think
he won't come clutch in the bigger games.
Oregon. I still think Oregon will be in the mix. Utah, those 3 teams, USC.
Okay, Oregon. For Oregon wise, we'll go halfway and then blow up the rest of the season. I'm not. After a while, it's just the typical Oregon lifestyle. They get our hopes up. We're top. We get against the rankings. Go into
AB baby, AB.
Josh Freeman.
Can I cuss on here? Fuck that douchebag. Fuck that douchebag. Fuck that douchebag. Fuck that douchebag.
So Josh Freeman had an attitude on the field. Also showed up practically. Yeah.
Yeah, him and that's one of the reasons they got rid of Blount. because they couldn't just keep sending a car to wake him up every friggin' day.
Right. Well, Freeman, that's one of those where I've always said he loved being an NFL player, but he didn't want to be committed.
He wanted the line. He wanted the spotlight. He didn't want the
work that goes with it. Yeah. To be in the league.
He had no respect for anybody, man. I mean, he dissed. Remember when they had the legacy days and shit?
Yeah.
Brought in all the old players and stuff.
Didn't show up.
Freeman didn't acknowledge those guys at all. They'd come up to him and he'd walk right by them. Now I'm talking about people like John Lynch and those guys.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, that's just disrespectful. Can't do that. Like they paved that way for you. They helped you get to where you're at. You got to be.
By the way, Brad Johnson was a better quarterback than you, so don't ever diss that guy.
Oh, BJ, yeah.
Yeah,
absolutely.
What's next? No, I hate to end a conversation on Josh Freeman, man.
How about the playoffs start this weekend? USFL.
Yeah, I think that's kind of a done deal. I think the Generals are going to take it all. The Stallions have been falling off. They played pretty well against us, but then so did a lot of people. Anybody with a winning record.
Right. So it's going to be Birmingham and New Orleans, right? That's the one game.
Yep.
Okay, and then
I think the USFL missed its mark. If they had 3 more games or 4 more games, then I think the Gamblers and Panthers would have been in there, man.
But wasn't that like one of those things where you said like next year? I think you said that next year they expand it, or like the following year, depending on like how it goes with like ownership.
That's going to their cities. That's going to their cities, and maybe a couple expansion teams come in, like Memphis. But I'm talking about right now with the game schedule, only 10 games. I think a couple of those teams, Gamblers, I really like the Gamblers, man, and the Panthers started coming on strong at the end of the year too. I think those 2 teams would have made some noise.
Right. Yeah.
With 4 more, even 4 more games in there, because it's like Jeff Fisher and the Gamblers the Panthers just started playing. You know what I mean? It's like they finally got the right quarterback in the system. They finally got some connections going and stuff, but their defense was good all along. But
another thing they got to do next year is expand those rosters. Go from 40
they know that. They're already talking about that. They did expand once already this season. They said it wasn't enough, so we know it wasn't enough.
They got to have at least 50 on a team, at least.
Absolutely.
I mean, I don't know how you. What if you get so many injuries where you're down to a certain amount of players? It's just not a. They got to work on that. But who's the? I'll read Corey's comment. Charles Sims better than Josh Freeman. Better dancer, definitely. Better dancer. Hey, who does New Orleans? I mean, New Jersey play, Johnny? I know it's Birmingham and New Orleans. Who else is?
It would be New Orleans and the Generals, then, wouldn't it?
Oh, is that what it? Okay, who's the other? Is it Philadelphia?
That Stallions, one of them.
Philadelphia made the playoffs, right? The Stars.
The Stars.
Okay.
Or did they? I gotta look again. Did I put it in here?
No, I'm gonna go on.
I sure didn't. What's this?
Oh, okay. We can talk about that in a minute. So it is.
So Ohio State's number 1.
Generals and Stars. Generals versus Stars, and then Birmingham versus New Orleans. Okay. I got New Jersey and Birmingham.
Birmingham's playing the Breakers?
Yep.
It's hard with New Orleans because they've already got See, I use the Bandits as a balance point because they've been ranked number 5 all season long, from the beginning to the end. So there's your tipping point, right? Like you're on a seesaw. But it's hard to do that with the Breakers because it's New Orleans, and New Orleans seems to own the Tampa Bay teams.
Right. Yep.
So Tampa Bay played the Stallions pretty well the first time out.
Yeah.
I mean, what, a 3-point game?
Yeah. It's going to be 2 good games, I think. I don't see any blowouts in either one of them.
No. Unless it's the Generals game. The Generals have really turned on the firepower lately.
Yeah.
Down the stretch, the Generals have just been dominant.
Yep, that's true. Oh, man, what else? Did you put up about the rankings, the preseason?
I thought we were doing that next week.
Oh, we could do it next week. It doesn't matter. I thought I saw something. Oh, there it is. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to talk about right there.
Oh, okay.
Let me turn this off. There we go. Ohio State jumped Bama and Georgia. Seriously?
Well, look at Georgia. They lost a lot of players.
Yeah.
Alabama lost some players too. Ohio State, they still got C.J. Stroud, quarterback. They got a veteran team there now. Michigan, yeah, that's about right. I like this ranking. I kind of agree with it.
Michigan lost their whole defensive line, man, and a couple.
They did, but
they're gonna have to rebuild that defense.
Yeah, but I think they still got enough pieces on offense to compete at least in the Big Ten. I don't think they go to the playoff this year, but
I like seeing Oklahoma up there at 5.
Yeah. Oh, I love Brent Venables coming over there. He was with Bob Stoops his first time. Then he went to Clemson. Then now he's back in Oklahoma. I'm glad he's getting a chance to be a head coach.
Corey said number 6 is the Gators. Is that true? I haven't looked.
I haven't looked either. This is the first I've seen of this.
Let me see if I can pull it up. Since I have this ESPN Plus blessing on my phone.
So do I.
Blessing.
Oh, my bad. Apologize.
Hey, I like you.
I used to like ESPN, but they got too commercialized.
Political too.
Yeah, very much so.
But I do like the ESPN.
I don't care about the politics. I can zone that shit out because football has always been political. It always has been since the 1920s.
Well, I mean every sport though too. I'm talking about other shit.
Oh yeah.
But I love the 30 for 30s. Those are.
No, yeah, I agree with that.
Like, I watched the Dream Team one the other day, the women's Dream Team. That was good documentaries. I still like that Four Falls of Buffalo. Remember that one, Johnny?
The Four Falls.
Damn, 4 Super Bowls in a row.
You know, the third Super Bowl they went to, I was hating that whole season. I was like, look at these guys, they're going to do it again, and I was like, damn, somebody beat them, please, because I was sick of it. I was just, they were so friggin'. People don't realize how dominant that team was during the regular season.
Yeah,
they were amazing during the regular and through the playoffs until they get to the big game.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. 4 times they get to that game. I don't know.
Wide right and all that shit, man. Oh. It's like, what is going on with you people, man? Stay inside and quit partying. Something.
That's why I just can't put Marv Levy as one of the greatest coaches ever. He just couldn't win that big game. Like a lot of it.
Record wise, Marv Levy's got the record.
Oh yeah.
Top, but as for the big game now.
Yeah, that's on him if you lose 4 times like that. There's something you're not doing right.
Well, look, Don Shula had the perfect season, but what else did he do? He lost to the Jets, and he lost to San Francisco with 2 great quarterbacks.
Right. I still think Belichick's the greatest coach of all time.
You realize, you stop and think about it. Don Shula had Johnny Unitas and Dan Marino as quarterbacks. The only one was with what's his name?
Brian Greasy. Oh no, yeah, Bob Greasy, right?
Greasy, yeah.
So let's see if this is the right one. So number 6 is Clemson. Number 7 is Notre Dame. Number 8 is Texas A&M. Number 9 is Tennessee, and number 10 is Wisconsin.
Tennessee going to make some noise this year?
I think so. Watch out for them. They're getting better.
Hey Ben, guess who's number 24?
Who?
Oregon.
Where's Cincinnati ranked?
Cincinnati is ranked number 11.
Yeah.
Penn State's number 13. 12 is Utah. 13 is Penn State. 14 is Miami. 15 is Mississippi State. Michigan State 16. 17 is Ole Miss. 18 NC State. 19 Pittsburgh. 20 Kentucky. Minnesota 21. Auburn 22. Florida 23. Oregon 24. And BYU 25. This is top 25. There's more down here.
I want to see how Michigan State does now that they lost Kenneth Walker. Like, they lost pretty much their whole offense.
And then they got, what's the other one I had to solve? UCF is 39. I want to see like the bottom is.
Miami's going to be fun to watch with Tyler Van Dyke, quarterback. One of the Heisman favorites. And a certain coach that is...
Oh,
who is that, by the way? Alec, the coach of Miami. His name doesn't ring a bell. I forget the name.
I don't know the name either. Well, that's the only thing I want to talk about that name.
You do.
Yeah, it's a long day. I forgot. Memory is thin.
You didn't. Oh, it's fine. You're young. You got your memory.
It's Alzheimer's. Sorry at an early age.
Don't you?
That's what happens when you give your life to the military.
Where are the Gators and where is Cincinnati on that list?
Cincinnati's number 11.
Was it 11?
I think so. Was it 11?
Let me see. Let me open it back up again. Yeah.
And where's Miami and Florida State? Give me all Florida teams, man. UCF, Florida State, Miami.
Open this back up again.
I think Florida State's in the top 50.
Let me go back to the list. It's a pain to get into this app. Let me see. Get started.
I just sent Mona a message. Wondering where the hell she's been.
Yeah, what's up with her?
So you said all Florida teams, right?
Yep.
So Florida State's 28.
Florida? No, they're not that high, are they?
Yeah, they're there. They're 28.
Remember, this is an ESPN list.
Yeah.
UCF is 39. Let's see. Where's the other one at? Went through the whole list. Florida's 23. So that like, overall, even like the small schools, they're on here.
USF also. Come on.
All right. Let me go down this list.
Hi, Tracy. Long time no see.
USF is 89.
Damn.
FAU is 98.
Well, wait. I'm pulling up SI's
there you go.
Sports Illustrated.
And FIU is 127.
I'll give you SI's. Like Ohio State's number 1. Alabama 2. Georgia 3.
That's consistent.
Michigan 4. Oklahoma 5. Clemson 6.
So is that the AP list they're using then?
I'm going on I'm on Sports Illustrated.
Yeah, but since Sports Illustrated and ESPN seem to be exactly the same, so they must be using the AP list.
Yeah, that's possible. See, it's got Notre Dame number 7, A&M number 8, Tennessee 9, Wisconsin 10. Oh yeah, maybe it is. Maybe they're using ESPN's ones. Yeah. Let me try to find another one.
Just go to the AP list.
Yeah. Let's see. Hold on a sec.
Yeah, I can't find the app doesn't have the updated list.
Okay. I got this one. It's from May of 2022.
Yeah, it's the same list. AP's got
Is it?
Alabama. Oh, wait a minute.
Hold on.
Oh, this has got Bama 1, Ohio State 2, Georgia 3, A&M Aggies at 4, Utah at 5. What the hell? Wake Forest Deacons 7, 8. Is that the AP list? No. Shit. That's some sports knowledge. Here it is. I got it. This is good.
It does have Alabama 1. It's got Ohio State 2, Georgia 3, Texas A&M 4.
This is the fucking CBS's list. Damn it.
Clemson 5, Notre Dame 6, Oklahoma 7, Utah 8. That's a surprise. Michigan 9. That might make sense. They got NC State number 10.
What
Baylor. Actually, Baylor. I'm on. This is the AP list from 24/7 Sports.
I got the AP list from CBS Sports, and it's got Georgia 1, Alabama 2, Michigan 3, Cincinnati 4, Baylor,
okay,
Ohio State.
This one you must have gotten a more updated list. This one I'm reading from May of 2022.
Oh, this
things might have changed.
June 23, 2022.
Okay, so yeah, yours is more updated than the one I'm on. It has Oregon number 12.
I don't see Oregon here.
It says,
that
Anthony Brown's going to really improve this team this year. It should be.
Yeah, this makes sense because it's got Pittsburgh at 13.
Yeah.
They can kiss that one goodbye. You could do shit.
Oregon at 22, down 1, down 7 points.
Should be down to like 20.
Iowa, Utah State, San Diego's 25.
See, if they went with the original plan. Oh, by the way, Ben, we drafted Max Christie from Michigan State. Okay. Guard. But then again, they might trade that one away.
I just dropped that list in the NFL edition.
Oh, you did? Okay.
The war on I-4. USF Bulls has to get past UCF to be noticed.
Well, I don't think the Bulls are going to do
that. I have to look where they're at. I don't know how good they're going to be this year. I haven't followed USF.
Should expand this. Oh, you jerks can't let me expand it. Give me the top 100. This AP 25. What's the coaches poll? Coaches poll has pretty much the same. Got Cincinnati coming in at 4th.
Ohio the rankings overall.
The length of the.
Who was Cincinnati's quarterback this year?
That's funny because Ohio State didn't lose as many players as Cincinnati or Michigan did. I don't think.
I think the only thing Ohio State lost was like more receivers wise. I think a corner. I think they lost that. It's about that all I saw from them. But then that could be wrong.
Well, they got Ben Bryant and Evan Prater competing for that quarterback spot for the Bearcats.
What the hell happened to Florida and Miami this year, man? There's none of them in there.
It's the Mario effect.
Crystal ball.
Do you remember? You remembered, see? You don't have Alzheimer's.
F that dude. What's gonna piss me off is that man just turns Miami into like a freaking dominant freaking like a year down the road.
Like he made team.
It's basically just give us effing middle finger.
And he may. And I hate that as a Florida State fan. Like, they got a good coach, man. I'm sorry. He's gonna do some good things, I think.
Saban aside, who would be your choice to be the next Jimmy Johnson?
What do you mean?
What coach out there do you see has the potential to be like Jimmy Johnson and just win everything?
Like an up-and-coming coach or like a current
up-and-coming coach? Or anybody that you can spot, anybody coaching out there today that you've spotted that he'd probably be a backup coach or something, like an offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, somebody right now that could come in as head coach and do what Jimmy Johnson has done. Not just on that level, but to do what Jimmy Johnson did was he's the only coach ever to go straight from college football to NFL and be successful.
Oh, okay. So a guy from college to the NFL. Okay.
Or just dominant like he was in college, man. I mean, he left college undefeated. You know what I mean?
Yeah. From a college perspective, I don't know. He won't go undefeated, but I think Brent Venables is going to do good in Oklahoma.
You really like Venables, don't you?
I do. No, I mean, I think he's a great defensive mind. You know, players that played for him, like
stopped Stoops from doing something like that, was Jimmy Johnson. You know what I mean? Jimmy Johnson's the only thing that got in Stoops' way. At the time, I thought Stoops was going to be amazing, dude.
Yeah, Bob Stoops was good at Oklahoma. Won a national title. So
trying to find. Dang it.
Spurrier was very dominant too in Florida.
Yep.
But that
he put that team on the
strange era of football, man. You had Spurrier, Johnson, and Bowden all killing it, man.
The 80s and 90s was incredible.
That was fantastic time for college football, man.
I mean, Florida was on the college football map.
They had those every year. They had the Florida versus everybody else games where they take the best of the Florida players, all put together and shit, and just go dominate everybody else.
Oh man,
those were great.
I mean, and if Florida was, whether it was FSU, Miami, Florida, or the Gators, that was like the breeding ground for the NFL. Like, you can get this guy. Oh, we'll draft this guy. We'll draft him.
Exactly. Yep.
And, yeah. Ray Lewis, Miami. Jeremy Shockey, Miami.
Miami has always put out some good defensive players, man.
Really.
Offensive linemen too.
Yeah.
I think from my head coach, that can be the next Jimmy Johnson. Y'all might bash me for this, but the way that team is right now, going down the road, I could see Zach Taylor winning.
You talking from NFL level or college?
NFL level.
He's got to be dominant in both college and NFL.
In both college and NFL, yeah.
Fuck. Can Nick Saban
okay.
coach
my answer was just based on college. That was because I don't see Venables going to the NFL. He's a college guy.
I think he could be successful in the NFL, though. I really do. If he played
Maybe.
there, if he went there. I don't know. He likes the RPO too, though.
Yeah.
Gotta get these college guys away from that shit a little bit, man.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, it's good to have RPO in your system, but to rely on it as heavily as they've started doing lately, you see what's happened with these guys. They basically, your offensive coordinator say, "Oh, he can run. I'm just going to draw a bunch of running plays for him," and
right.
don't set them in the pocket. Don't.
Yeah.
And Kyler Murray, you just can't set him in the pocket. He's like Drew Brees was. He can't see over his linemen, so he's got to get in the gaps so that he can see where to throw downfield.
I'm really interested to see what happens. And good thing the Cardinals are on in season with Hard Knocks. That'll be money right there.
Absolutely,
entertainment right there.
Hard Knocks has got to get more involved in the fights, the locker room fights.
Right. Exactly.
Somebody's going to come up to Murray and say, "You stupid." At some point, one of his wide receivers is going to go slap the fuck off on him.
Yeah. Oh man.
This Larry Fitzgerald he hasn't signed his retirement papers yet, has he?
I'm not sure.
I don't think he has. He's probably waiting for him to get a better quarterback. I hate to say that, man. Everybody loves Kyler Murray, but come on, guys.
He's good against the bad teams.
I think he has the potential. It's just depending on his headspace.
Or his height space.
He's good for the first 10 games of the season, and then he just falls off, man.
I also think that coaching has to do with that. Kingsbury's just...
I keep wanting to call him Kitchens, man. After Kitchens running with the Browns, I don't see much difference.
Freddie Kitchens, yeah. I'm not that impressed with Kingsbury. I've never been... I don't know why he got a... Well, I know why he got an NFL head coaching job, but he was average at Texas Tech.
Yeah.
He had a worse record, I think, than Schiano did in Rutgers.
Well, Schiano took Rutgers from 2-win seasons to getting them to bowl games. So,
yeah, but I mean,
Schiano's a good college coach.
Kingsbury's just he's only been to a couple bowl games in like 7 or 8 years he was coaching there. Like
I'm sitting here nodding my head at you, and you can't see it.
like you said, at least Schiano's made bowl games.
Yeah.
So I don't get it, but whatever. We'll see what happens this year. This is a big year for Arizona. This is going to decide where they're going to go. I mean,
especially you've seen like the decline when
they lost Chandler Jones to free agency. You don't know what you're going to get in J.J. Watt. DeAndre Hopkins is suspended for the first 6 games.
Speaking of Schiano, do you think that Bill Belichick could come in from college, if he was in college right now, and came in from college and played to play in the NFL, do you think he'd be as successful as he is now? Because now it's a diva league a lot worse than it was when he first started out.
So what you're saying that if Belichick was in college now and he came to the NFL,
right?
I don't think he'd have that much success.
No, because him and Schiano are just alike with their attitude and shit.
Yeah,
that Schiano's big downfall was that military attitude with the Bucs. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he just wasn't a fit in the NFL. I mean, the only experience he had in the NFL prior to that was like 3 years with the Bears as their line coach.
Yeah.
So that was like in the 90s. Schiano's the college game suits him best. So, but as far as Belichick, I don't. For a lot of reasons too, because
players wouldn't deal with it right now. The only reason they deal with it now is because they've seen the success he's had.
Yeah, and a la Brady. He hasn't done anything with them since. The Patriots, they did make the playoffs, but without Brady. But I mean,
well, without Brady, they did pretty good with what's his name,
Mac Jones, yeah.
Oh, Drew. Not is it Drew?
Cam
The
Newton.
original quarterback there before Brady.
Oh, okay. Bledsoe. Drew,
Bledsoe.
yeah.
Drew Bledsoe, yeah.
Yeah, no, they
I
did.
hate the fact that I can't remember his name because he is a really fucking good quarterback, man.
But see, Belichick wasn't there. He was only there for like a couple years with Bledsoe, and then that's when he got hurt, and then Brady.
Yeah, but he was getting them to the playoffs and stuff. I mean, what I'm saying is he was still building the same system with Bledsoe there, and they were successful as when Brady came in. So he had got the Browns headed that direction before the ownership screwed everything up. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay, Corey says, why Tim Tebow be Florida Gators quarterback coach? I didn't know that. Did any of you guys know that? I didn't know that.
I don't think that's a fact. I think he's questioning why wouldn't Tim Tebow be a quarterback coach? Because he's not a good quarterback. And this is funny to say because he was probably one of the best college quarterbacks ever. You know what I mean? He knew how to throw a college ball. He couldn't come and transfer it to the NFL.
No.
But Tebow had an arm. The dude could throw 80 yards down the field, man. He just that windup. It does not work in the NFL when that speed that the pass rush is getting to you like it does.
Right.
Hey, that left-handed shit don't work, man.
I thought Danny Wolford was a better Gators QB than Tebow, just by a little bit.
Tebow owns all the record books, man.
Well, he does now, yeah, obviously. But I mean,
passing yards, down, touchdowns, all that shit. So
I would consider those two to be the best quarterbacks in Gator history. Yeah, right there, Schomburg.
No, I was looking at TV, something.
We're gonna have to put blinders on that boy.
Sorry, that's considered hazing.
No, it wouldn't be hazing. It'd be straight up just put blinders on your ass.
that haircut you got, that's hazing. Dude. I don't know who.
Come on, I like his haircut. Look at it.
You like the Lloyd Christmas?
Such a little cutie.
It's not even that long on top.
That's fine.
Would you want me to get a skinhead? Heck no.
No.
Christopher Cole
says
not going to happen.
Yeah, I got to see what USF is doing. I haven't paid attention to them.
USF hasn't been relevant since Doug was there coaching.
Well, right, but I mean, talking about this year, I think I'll have to see what they're up to. I haven't paid attention to that.
Well, I think they blackballed themselves when they what was it? They fined Doug Williams for that the training facility, and he put his own money into that shit. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
And they wanted to bitch at him about it, raise hell. I don't think any other coaches want to come there into a situation like that, man.
Yeah.
That's why we're building that new stadium so they can attract something there, and they might. Now they might. I think the Doug Williams incident's been far enough out in the past for most of these new guys to not know about it or not care about it, at least.
Gotcha. You see.
But Doug Williams had USF on the map there for a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep.
But I don't care. I like UCF better anyway.
Yeah,
I've got a problem with the Bulls going into Raymond James and tearing up the field all the time.
Oh, okay. That's where your USF hatred comes from.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where do you think a lot of those ankle injuries and shit came from for our players, man? They never took care of the field after USF would play on Saturday and we go in on Sunday and play. They tore the shit out of that field. Not to mention the monster truck things they had in there.
Oh yeah, they have those every year. Yeah,
but they do a good job of putting the field back in place. It's the USF that tears it up and it don't get repaired well.
Yeah, I like those monster trucks, man. Those are cool places, cool things to go to. You ever been to one?
Yeah, a bunch of them.
Yeah, awesome.
I grew up in the swamp.
Yeah. How about you, Alec? You ever been to a monster truck rally? Or
I've been to one. That was in Ray J. That was about it.
Yeah, it's nice.
Shit,
they have them out here at Sam Boyd. Well, before they moved to Allegiant.
I took a VW and cut the body off. No, I took a Chevy Impala and cut the body off, and we fucking built it into a monster swamp buggy.
Oh, nice.
It was sweet, man.
Yeah.
Had that 400 in
it.
We blew it out. Had no weight to it at all because it was just the frame, dude, and some seats.
Oh, okay.
It was about 6 foot tall.
Yeah.
It was bad.
Hey, yeah. Hey, Alec, how are we doing on viewers? I mean, we're almost at the 2-hour mark.
That's how many viewers we have.
3?
2.
2.
Christopher and Corey is hanging in there with us, man.
We appreciate that, guys. We're just winging it tonight. It is what it is.
So I had one more topic here. Let me jump over.
Okay.
Find that thing.
Don't worry, guys. Alex will return next Thursday. Just so y'all know.
Bear didn't get him.
People forget when he says he's going camping where he actually is.
They drew a circle so they can get rid of the sea bear.
Oh, yeah. I wanted to talk about Rachaad White a little bit.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I think Rashaad's going to push Lenny, man. I think Lenny's going to be able to depend on somebody coming. The Buccaneers are going to be able to depend on somebody coming in behind Lenny and actually playing well. Because he's
Fred's still here.
Yeah. Hey, Fred, what's up, buddy?
Fred teased us tonight. He was like 19-1 after Rob retired.
Yeah.
And then he said, just kidding, 20-0.
20-0. We got Rachaad White there too.
Right. No, but White, yeah, he's got the tangibles. I mean, he explosive, can block.
I feel like I'm cheating on fucking Lenny, but I like Rachaad White, man. I do.
Well, Johnny, eventually Lenny's going to disappear. He's not going to be here too much longer.
Disappear? That's impossible. People don't disappear. They just leave.
Well, from the Bucs.
I mean, have you seen the Bermuda Triangle?
That's my problem. That's not our problem.
Sorry about the disappearing comment. I'm just saying, like, eventually, we're going to have to replace him. So, White is that candidate.
I like his confidence. I like the fact that he won that number one job. And
right. That's a good attitude to have. You want that if you're a rookie coming in. Like, hey,
to me, that means that we got a 1-2 combo that's going to be a lot better than we've been using.
Right. I love the explosiveness of White. It reminds you of Lenny. That explosive.
It does.
Yeah. And he
doesn't avoid contact. He'll like
just doesn't run out of bounds every time.
Yeah, 1 yard short of the first down. Like, yeah.
No, what the? You're gonna make my head explode, Christopher. No.
He's trolling us now. Nice.
All right, guys, we're at 9. Will we see a 10 tonight?
Oh no.
Probably punching
we got a good tandem with Rachaad and Lenny, man. I don't mess with that. We haven't had a tandem like that since what's it? Oh my god.
Really like Cadillac and Ernest Graham.
Yeah, Cadillac. Yeah, oh my god, I loved Ernest Graham. Cadillac and Graham.
Him and Graham. That was a good combo, dude. Back in the early 2010s.
But these two are more alike than those two were.
True.
You had the scat back, and then you had your guy just bulldogging.
Right. And Cadillac had the injuries. That was unfortunate. That sucked. But yeah, no, I'm with you, Johnny. White and Leonard they got a chance to be a great 1-2.
I think we got a chance to really have a good wide receiver core and an equally good running back core this year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
or at least next year. Even if if we don't develop this year, I think that'll develop next year.
Will that lead to another one of?
It could.
Yeah.
But have you looked around? Everybody's getting better.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's mostly the AFC side.
Teams aren't sitting there staying static, man.
No, I mean their draft was pretty good. They got that linebacker I liked from Wisconsin.
Oh,
especially the way the Eagles are going. That's another sleeper team going to the playoffs.
It's not a sleeper team.
I mean, the NFL
unknown,
NFL
not see them coming. A sleeper team would be the Panthers or the Falcons. That would be their sleeper team.
Don't say that. Don't say Falcons. Kyle might show up.
Those are the sleeper teams. Everybody expects the Eagles to do well this year.
Yeah, and they've gotten better. So yeah, they're not a sleeper. Yeah, like you said, John, a sleeper team would be a Carolina. That's not happening. Atlanta, right. That's not happening.
Bengals, that's not.
No. They were a sleeper team. Like that's a real sleeper.
Exactly.
They came out of nowhere. Yeah.
They won 4 games the year before. They come in and go to the Super Bowl.
Yep. Yeah. That's the beauty of the NFL. You never know.
We kind of saw that the Bengals were building. It's just nobody had faith in Burrow being healthy. That's all it was.
Right.
And coming off the ACL injury.
Right. And Joe Burrow said, fuck that noise. Like, all he needs is an offensive line. And what did? They upgraded the line. They got Kappa and Collins from Dallas.
I tell you what, Baker Mayfield will make a difference in Carolina.
Yeah. No, I could see that. I mean, they don't have a quarterback.
Yeah, exactly.
Darnold's not an NFL quarterback. I mean, he can't start.
And Darnold in the USFL next year.
Oh, okay.
Christopher Cole says, "I was thinking that they definitely don't need him."
Talking about Barkley, I think.
Yep.
That's sad because
I don't hate Barkley. I don't hate Barkley. The guy just can't stay healthy.
Yep. If he was an injury
like he's a bell cow, they got Cousins throwing the ball. He only carries the ball 40% of the time at the most. You know.
To be honest with you, I feel like him going to New York caused the injuries.
Giants.
Yeah.
The Giants causes injuries.
Do you think the Giants cause? They don't run him like they run Henry in Tennessee, dude.
Or McCaffrey in Carolina.
Exactly. It's not like they're putting it all on his shoulders or nothing, dude.
Yeah. You see their quarterback?
Their quarterback runs the ball more than he does, actually.
Yeah.
Don't bring up that play where he ran downfield. He tripped himself.
Yeah, wasn't that against the Bucs?
No, I think that was against the Eagles.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
He was almost home free and he tripped himself.
I think that was a Thursday night or a Monday night.
Yeah, that was one of those off games, night games, where it just happened to be in front of everybody.
Right?
Or I think it was like they had the other one was the Giants in Washington, where they Daniel Jones threw that deep ball. I forgot who it was. It was one of their free agent players that they signed the last offseason. He missed it by like this much. I forgot his name. He was a wide receiver for the Giants. I forgot his name. I gotta look that up.
64, 63 days now to kick off college football?
Yeah. I'm stoked, buddy. I'm stoked about it. I cannot wait. Man. We got some games too. I'll pull up the schedule.
Oh, Sterling Shepard.
Okay, that's the Hall of Fame talk right there. Why in the God's name isn't Sterling in the Hall of Fame?
Sterling Sharp?
Yeah.
I don't know. Is he? How much longer does he have? Did he make the final cut? this past year? Or?
I don't think so. I don't think he's ever made the final cut, and I don't understand that. He was great.
Wow.
His brother, Shannon's been trying to get him in the Hall of Fame forever, man. Remember?
Yeah, right. Yeah, so in college football, they call it Week 0. Starts August 27th.
I've been watching the spring games.
Yeah, I saw the Florida State one. I saw the Ohio State one. The USC one was pretty good. Obviously, because they got a new coach, Lincoln Riley. So,
yeah. It's kind of weird watching them, though, because it's, them against them. But
yeah, so UNLV plays in the Week 0. They play Idaho State at Allegiant.
Did you guys get a quarterback yet?
Yeah, well, we recruited one. I forget the name, but I'll look it up.
Is he 5-star?
No, we're not gonna. UNLV's
stats that you might not know.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Look at that, J.C. Jackson, 25. Dude, that Sandy, the Chargers, man.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Chargers.
Oh, he's going to be so good over there. He's going to have to be like the receivers. Devontae Adams, you got to play him twice. That's going to be a great matchup.
I'm going to tell you, even if the Bucs don't get to the Super Bowl this year and the Rams do, that will be a hell of a good game. Chargers and Rams for your own home stadium.
Oh, they play each other this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a Monday night game.
Right, but I'm talking about a Super Bowl. But I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that.
Well, no, I mean, we want to see our Bucs try to get there, but if we have to see it, then shit.
No, the rivalry, the in-state rivalry that I want to see is Tampa and Miami, man. Screw that fucking Chargers and Rams. I don't want the Rams involved in anything going forward. Screw that shit.
Well, we got to beat them first. I mean, we just haven't been able to do it, man. They, like the Saints, they have our number, man.
Well, the Saints is just weird because they can play us with a bad team and end up winning. But I think we're competitive with the Rams. I mean, yeah. Jameis Winston beat them in their home stadium, remember?
Yeah. No, I don't want to remember that.
I thought that was a great game, though. I had a lot of fun watching that game. It was a 50. We put over almost 100 points on that scoreboard that day.
Mm-hmm.
The two of us,
Yeah. Right now for UNLV, their quarterback's supposed to be Harrison Bailey. He's okay, but we got Cameron Friel too, and he's our backup as far as UNLV goes. But like I said, Marcus Arroyo's our head coach. He was the former Bucs OC.
Yeah.
During the Lovey days. He coached Oregon too, or was the offensive coordinator for Oregon.
Let's make a pact here. We'll never mention Lovie Smith days again.
Deal.
Well, I haven't said it.
It's all I do is see 3 Pro Bowl linemen being cut from the team. That's just kills me. And it took us 5 years to recover from that.
Yep. Yeah, it was. I don't know what he was thinking. Like,
if you got to cut a Pro Bowl lineman, cut 1. Don't cut 3 at the same friggin' time, man. Christ. And then Donald Penn goes off and has a great career with the Raiders.
Yeah.
And he was our attitude, dude. He was the whole attitude of our team at that time. That was an offensive line that was considered one of the top in the league when we had them. You know what I mean?
Him and Davin Joseph. I remember that. No, they wanted to use Revis's money to get McCown and Werner and Michael Johnson. Oh, God.
Don't forget Conte.
Yeah. Anthony Collins. Remember that disaster?
Oh, my God. We still have one of those guys. He's a coach now. What was his name? TJ. He's coaching on teams now.
Okay. Yeah. Anything else we want to talk about tonight, or?
I just had something, and we started talking about other shit.
Yeah.
Where'd it go? I gotta scroll all the way up here. Somebody keeps loading the group chat up with these group video chats.
Well, you know, that was the phone call I had to make to know what the plan was, so I was caught up. And plus, there were some pre-show difficulties that I needed help with.
What was wrong?
Oh, it wasn't. Ben already had notified me. It was apparently on mine, the other group on there. Apparently, the message was sent on that group chat.
Pigskin edition.
I wasn't notified of the change this week.
Oh, yeah, man. This was all the way back at the beginning of the week, but I really wanted to talk about this undrafted free agent wide receiver Todd Bowles is really impressed with.
Oh, yeah. It's from UTEP?
Looking it up now. U State.
Okay. Yeah, I know you're.
Let me get in here. Devin Tompkins.
Okay, yeah. Hey, man. It could be one of those picks out of nowhere.
He's fast. He's explosive off the ball. He's made some good catches. I'll be looking at him, is what Bolt said. Utah State.
Utah State. Okay. Never know, man.
So, if he really likes him that much, could we see him taking Tyler Johnson's spot, or is he down at Scotty and Jalen? Who do you think would get cut to keep him? I don't think Tyler's getting cut just yet.
I think they're waiting another year.
They said that
they're like mid-season.
They said they like what Darden's doing in training camp. So,
yeah,
and we heard the
special teamer and shit. So,
well, they heard the rumor about Miller going to the Ravens or something in a trade.
Yeah, I found Chris Conte's Instagram.
Did you actually say
why?
I was trying to. Everyone said that he went off the grid, like everything. Apparently, his page is called the White Unicorn 23.
Well, I think
Vance because Mike Evans and Chris Godwin follows him. So,
yeah.
Why would Godwin follow him? He wouldn't even. He probably don't even know him. Wasn't around at the same time. Well, I guess they did. Where a little overlap, wasn't there? No, Godwin came after
year too. Yeah. Godwin was drafted 2017. 20.
Yeah, I guess 17, 18. This is his 5th year. That would be 17. Yeah.
Yep.
Everybody said that because I was trying to see if that rumor was true, where it said that ever since that stiff arm, he went.
He got Thanos, man. He turned to ash.
Yeah. Yep. I never liked Vance McDonald more than I did then.
See, if he wouldn't have been on the field in Bruce Arians' system, Bruce Arians probably would have took him and had him be a trainer or something, because Conte had the intelligence, and the reason he got Danos that day is because the cornerback wasn't over in his position. You know what I mean? So Conte ran over there to try to get that spot and got his ass handed to him for it.
Well, Conte,
he didn't have the physical ability to do his job. He had the mental acuity to do it, though. Right.
It's one of those where, those who can, and those who can't teach.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah, that's kind of like Ryan Griffin. That's like Ryan Griffin. He could be he could be a head coach in this league.
He's
our
offensive coordinator, right?
Yeah, he could be a coordinator. Well, yeah, no, seriously. I mean, he's been in the system so long. He's, I'm sure he can be a coach somewhere, like in a coordinator position, or he could just be Tom Brady's driver. Either or he wins. Either or he wins. So.
He's the preseason wonder that everybody loves in the preseason, but you don't want to see him when it's field starting.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he's definitely gathered enough intelligence from all the people he's been around.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's why I said he could be a coordinator one day. Who knows? I loved Penn. Yeah. Yeah, we did. He was really good, Chris.
Donald Penn.
Yep.
Gavin Joseph. I loved all of them, man. Jeremy Zutaw. Zutaw had a great career with the Ravens after.
Yeah. No, that's where he got better. Yeah. Tampa, he didn't really do that good, but in Baltimore, he got a lot better. Better coaching.
Yep. Much better, especially the offensive linemen in Baltimore. Jesus.
Oh, yeah. You learn. You're getting a free education.
Exactly. Defensive linemen and even the tight ends, defensive linemen, and offensive linemen. If you want to go get a free agent, go grab one of them.
Yeah.
It seems to work out for everybody else. Look at Waller.
Oh, God, yeah. I expect big things this year from Darren here in Vegas. I mean, just stay healthy.
Can we talk about David Carr for a second here? Would he just shut the fuck up about Raiders? He's got all right. Waller's good, really good, top 5, easy. But top number 1, no, dude. I'm sorry, man. He's not beating Kittle out. David Carr has him shot up number 1 on his draft on his board, man.
That's biased.
It's 100%.
Mostly because his brother.
Yeah,
well, it's all because of his brother. Yeah, he was. Before Derek got into the league, he was all about the Texans. David was all about the Texans this, Texans that. Shit. He just can't get rid of his bias, dude.
Yep.
And I don't know why he would want to be a Texans bias, because they killed him. They destroyed that guy, man. They gave him absolutely no protection.
No, it's got, like you said, Kelsey, Kittle, the guy in Miami, what's his name? The tight end for
Gesicki.
Gesicki, yeah.
No, I think TJ Hawkinson is better than
him. Yeah, I could see that. But yeah, Waller, he's a top 5, not a number 1 or number 2. No.
And here's and you can't leave the Ravens. Mark
Andrews, yes.
Andrews
definitely. I'd put Andrews number 3, actually.
That's Lamar Jackson's safety blanket.
Well, you should watch him blow up this year. If you're going to play fantasy football, you better grab his ass.
Oh, he's already on my
although he's going to be sharing touches with some other tight ends, because they rebooted that tight end system there, and they're going to use 3 tight end sets. So. But still, Andrews is going to be his number 1, because the same reason Gronk is always Brady's. They got Jackson and him have that chemistry.
Johnny and his tight ends.
I used to hate the tight end, because the tight end was the death of the fullback. You know, but they're still using fullbacks now. They're making us 18 teams in the league are still using fullbacks.
Yep.
You don't see them, you don't hear about them that often, but that was my position. I I love fullbacks because they were hard to tackle.
Mm-hmm. Mike Allstott, baby.
Yep.
M.A.
You gotta make a business decision when you're going after a fullback to tackle him.
Yeah.
Do I want to keep playing after this hit?
All right. Yeah. Yeah. It's like we were talking earlier with Gronk. I mean, those hits, he doesn't want to do that right now.
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised about his retirement at all. And everybody says, no, it's not real. It's not. It's real, dude. He got punctured lungs last year, for Christ's sakes, you know?
Yeah.
He beat the shit out of last year. You could tell by the way he played. He wasn't really into it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially at health, you got to take care of your health long term down the road.
Absolutely, man.
Right. And Gronk,
he's
making money. Yeah. He's making money in other avenues. I mean, he'll be
go
fine.
back to WWE or whatever the fuck it is now, AEW or whatever, fucking get another championship there.
Yeah.
No scripts are a lot easier.
Some fans are these days. They want players to play long term, but they realize that those players have lives too.
Yeah,
they're trying to live longer down the road.
Well, it used to be. No, it's never been more than a 4-year average for running backs. Okay, never. And you got these freaks of nature like Walter Payton and those guys who played in the system for 15, 16 years and shit. But that's an aberration. That's not the normal NFL, dude. That normally it's a 4-year tops average for a running back in the NFL. And it's starting to show it now with people like Christopher just mentioned him a minute ago. Barkley, yeah. Barkley's not really put together a full season yet, has he?
No.
So,
nope.
And he walked on water when he was in the draft. You know what I mean? Everybody wanted him.
Yeah, they thought it would be like the next Zeke, coming out of college.
I think King Henry's built for it. He got injured last year, but look what he was. He was on pace for 2,000-yard season last year, man. Before he got injured,
Oh yeah, I mean, but there's just not. How many Derrick Henrys are there? I mean, there's only one.
Well, it's that you could say that. How many Brady's are there? It's this mentality that they have about their workout routine and their physicality, and how they put it together.
But I'm just saying, like, there's the running back position is not as vital today as it used to be, and there's not many great running backs as there used to be.
I think. Well, I don't know. They're starting to show up again. Jonathan Taylor, DeAndre Swift, the Florida kid that's in. I think it's Chargers now.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Rams guy. What's his
name?
The
Rams. Oh, Florida State with Akers, Cam Akers.
Cam Akers. Those guys, they're there. They're out there.
Yeah.
How long do they last? I think Jonathan Taylor's could go either way. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, as long as they don't overdo him. I mean, he's going to have a great career.
King Henry, he's built for it. And now they gave him more help and more offensive line help and shit. I think that's going to extend his career.
Right. Yep.
The Barkleys and the McCaffreys. McCaffrey was abused from the beginning he came on the field, man.
Right.
It's his bloodline saved his ass so far. I mean, that's why he's where that's why he made it this far.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because he comes from a very athletic bloodline.
I think eventually he's going to go to another team and just be a reserve when it's all said and done. Or he'll be out of the league.
See you guys later.
All right, Johnny. Take care. Have a good night.